2022 Fang either. He's been playing Fang for a long time, and now he's really solidified that.
I think it comes down to one thing. If Al plays the entry and wins, they put Nobi second and Chicker in boss. If Al loses, Nobi is boss.
Well, let's go over to the stage right now for the Saudi Arabia and Japan opening match.
Welcome. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you guys so much for joining us for day 2 here at the Nations Cup, where we are determined to crown the most dominant nation in Tekken 7.
اهلا وسهلا فيكم اعزائنا المشاهدين والحضور في بطوله العالم لتكن 7. راح نستمتع في هذه اللحظه في اليوم الثاني. عندنا زي ما انتم عارفين عندنا 16 منتخب ينافسون على هذا اللقب اللي راح ينافسون برضو على $1,000,000. اليوم برضو في اليوم الثاني عندنا مباريات جدا حماسيه وبرضو اكثر من امس ومتشوقين لها برضو.
With that, I'm trying to tell you guys, if you were here and you've seen any of our matches, you saw just how intense it got yesterday. Not only did we see some nail-biting matches, but we saw some heart-wrenching defeats. But this is only the second day, and we're trying to see who's going to make it to that top 8 for that gracious payout of that amazing prize pool.
صحيح اليوم هو يوم راح يحدد من اللي يكمل باقي معنا المشوار الى التوب 8 لان اليوم هو يوم المجموعات، اليوم الاخير على المجموعات. كل الفرق راح تلعب اكثر من مباراه اللي راح تحدد لهم مصير هذه البطوله. متشوقين للحماس والمتعه العاليه. عندنا منتخبات كثيره ابدعوا في اليوم الاول، لكن برضو باقي عندنا منتخبات ثانيه هذا يومهم الاول اللي راح ينافسون فيه، فاشياء كثيره راح نستمتع فيها في هذه الرحله العظيمه.
Now that we know what's on the line, what's at stake, we know the teams, you've already met them. Let's get the first one here on the stage for today's battle. Guys, make some noise for Japan! What you're seeing right now is one of the most dominant regions in Tekken's history. And right now they claim they're here to make their claim as the strongest. Nobi said it himself. He believes Tekken is a Japanese game, and he's here to make sure everybody else knows it too.
المنتخب الياباني يبغى يثبت جدارته في ارضه الالكترونيه. صحيح انهم صحيح انهم ابدعوا في الرحلات الماضيه ومعروفين بالانتصارات ولعبهم المثالي في هذه البطوله، لكن عندها الخصم الثاني راح يلعب ضد ارضه الحقيقيه الواقعيه معنا. فاعزائنا المشاهدين والحضور رحبوا معنا في منتخب المملكه العربيه السعوديه.
You saw with your own eyes what the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia brings to the table, and I'm here to tell you right now, they've got their work cut out for them. But this team is determined, packed with some great talent. Rafe, one of the greatest players in the world right now, especially with that Jin. You saw what the rest of the team brings to the table. This is about to be exciting.
عندنا المباراة المنتخب المملكة العربية السعودية قدروا يحققون النصر في مباراتهم الأولى. هذا النصر إذا قدروا يحققونه راح يريحون نفسهم بشكل جدا كبير لباقي المشوار. مباراة جدا مهمة تجمعها تاريخ عريق. ننتقل للاستوديو التحليلي وبرضو نتكلم باقي التفاصيل.
Teams are now on the stage, so we are going to send it to the casters.
خلونا نبدأ المباراة الحين وننتقل على طول مع المعلقين.
Boys and girls, and this is going to be a big one. Japan versus Saudi Arabia. Rip and Mark, man, bringing you the action here for our first set of the day.
Oh yeah, and this is the first time we get to see the Japanese players in action here versus in the Nations Cup. So I'm excited to see, you know, they were talking about it, Steve mentioned, Nobi's famous quote, Tekken is a Japanese game. But let's see how much of a Japanese game is it going to be today. Will they be able to get those coveted points that they need to be able to qualify into the later bracket?
And I think the interesting thing here, of course, is that Japan hasn't played any matches yet at all.
But they've been watching.
They've
You
been
know
watching
they've been
everybody,
watching.
But you know, it's a different thing when you watch someone, then you come onto the stage, right? Saudi Arabia, we saw kick things off yesterday. One of the craziest comebacks from Federer, one of my favorite matches and games out of yesterday, that crazy comeback he had with his Armor King. But this will be very interesting to see who Japan puts up with the selector match, who they want to put up in their boss position. And the same thing for Saudi Arabia, right? Yesterday they used Riyadh in that selector match face-off.
Yeah, I remember when we saw it on stream, at least on the opening match yesterday, Raif ended up losing that early on. However, you know, if you're Japan here, I feel like any one of these 3 players will do well in the selector match going in, but it's key. You just want to be able to get those advantages early on. Even if you don't get it, it's not the end of the world, but again, you have to just remember you're giving your opponents more freedom and more information as well.
Exactly, and that's why we saw some teams.
I think we talked about this earlier as well. For me, it all comes down to who's going to be the final boss.
Oh, for sure.
That's what it's going to be.
It's such a critical moment, right? Yesterday we had no tiebreaker situation to play out, but that could, of course, be the case here. And it looks like they're going to flip a coin here to see what side they get in the selector match, where they will play for side, and also to determine whether they get to see their opponent's first player.
Sure. And talking about, aside from the selector match, who do you think is going to be the final boss for each team?
I
He
think
wants the first player side, of
MYK probably was right, and I think they'll put Nobi in that position. But I wouldn't be surprised if we do get to see Chikarin or Ao in that position as well, because Ao, you know, obviously for the TWT finals played so well. But I think they're probably counting on Rive to go last year with that Jin Kazama, and I think that really narrows down their strategy in terms of what they want to put up against that specifically.
And what do you think the strategy is going to be? Do you think it's going to be a Feng Wei from Nobi? Do you think it's going to be a Steve from Nobi? Or is it going to be Chikrin, who is the Jin specialist on the squad?
Yeah, that's a good question. I feel like Chikrin has a pretty decent track record against Rive, or at least against Jin players in general.
Yes.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they put Chikrin in there. Probably the safest pick, I think, is to put Chikrin in there. But Nobi, you know, you said he's been training. Maybe it's his time to say, like, yo, I've been training, I'm back. Let me put Japan back on the map. Which would be sick.
Nobi equipped with the Nobi levers. It must be cool. There's not that many players that have their own levers. There's just a few of them out there. 2 of them are which in the competition here.
Yeah,
we got Knee, we got top, right? Nobi as well, yeah.
The top of that Nobi lever is a little bit different than what we're used to. It's not a ball top, it's not a bat top, it's kind of a hybrid.
Yep. All right, looks like it is Nobi and Rive here in the selector match. Again, the selector match, just in case you guys aren't familiar with it, it gives you one of 2 things. It gives you the side selection choice for the main series that they're going to play, but it also reveals the first player from the team, the rival reveal.
Exactly.
So 2 very important things in this race to 2 rounds.
Yeah, you could win both of them, or, you know, it's one or the other.
Yeah.
Or neither. So we'll see. First round determined side. Whoever wins the entire game will get to see the opponent's first player. And was it Federer that went first last time? It was, right?
It was Federer that went first, yeah.
This is interesting. Saudi Arabia's team, I think I slept on it a little bit because I didn't know about Sam Brother.
Well, Sam Brother definitely brought it as well. I think their entire team, you could tell, not only were they in sync with each other, but they were definitely on point. They all played on point yesterday. It was crazy.
Yeah, and when they kicked things off and Rob lost the selector match, I was like, uh-oh. You know, it's like one of those pressure situations of being the host nation and having that extra weight on your shoulders of trying to perform in front of your hometown crowd. But Rob really pulled it together by the time they got to the boss battle yesterday. Let's see what happens here. Nobi versus Rob selector match to kick things off today.
Of course, round number 1 going to be indicative of which side they get here and who gets to dictate which side they get. It's Feng Wei versus Jin. Interesting. You know, I feel like in the past, Nobi would have used Steve straight up. Straight up here. Especially because that was such a much more difficult match for Jin. However, I feel like Feng might be the even more difficult one now.
That's a great point. Steve versus Jin Kazama is a matchup that a lot of the Jin players really hate. You mentioned Nobi been training. Is Feng Wei the character he's been training with? I have seen the Feng Wei out of him, but I'm curious if that's what he's been focusing on, if there's other characters.
Yeah, and he's actually been I feel like he's been a Feng main for a while now, even before most people this year.
Yeah.
Oh, nice combo there. Extended knee, follow up here, Savage Sword. Again, very, very important first round here. Again, a cover hit. This is looking good. He might be able to close it out.
Give me the side. Let's go. Saudi Arabia win the side selection here. But still, need 2 rounds to determine who the opponent's first player is going to be.
Nice. Oh, he caught him. He clipped him there with the 4-4-3.
Well, now easy.
Oh, this is big damage.
Yo, Rive setting the tone right now. LLRK. And that's going to be that. Saudi Arabia, quick 2 rounds there.
Japanese game, huh?
Oh my goodness, yeah, dude. That's
that
the
was...
kind of statement you want to make, especially against a team like Japan, who's one of the heavy favorites.
Oh, yeah. I would say for a lot of people, you know, we were talking about this, especially for the commentary group. A lot of us were talking about it. You know, what are the teams you think are going to make it? Japan was always in the conversation.
Oh, for sure.
What were you saying?
No, I looked like Rive was staying up there. Instead
He's going to go first?
That's what I was wondering.
Whoa. Well, Nobi or Chikarin stood up. What's happening? They're discussing.
They have to see. They have to see who Japan's get. That's what they want, right? They wouldn't say who first and be like, who are you sitting up first? Well, we're sitting here anyway, right? Yeah, probably discussing, you know, who they think is their own personal best matchups.
I guess the question here is who's going to deal with Ao's Kunimitsu? At least we think it's Kunimitsu, right?
Yeah, you never know.
It could be Miguel, right?
Could be Miguel. I mean, originally he used to be an Elisa player, still very good at the Elisa as well, but lately always sees the Kunimitsu and then sometimes the Miguel out of him.
Chikarin stepping up.
Oh boy, so now Saudi Arabia gets to see Chikarin coming up. They know he's got the Leroy, the Geese Howard, the Jin Kazama. Who do they want to put up against Chikarin?
That's cute. Chikarin also uses the Nobi lever.
Damn.
Team synergy.
He has any missed execution here, let me tell you. Oh man. And who are they sending up there from Saudi Arabia side? I'm so curious.
I have a feeling it's gonna. Well, okay. So let's think about it. Is it gonna be Geese? Is it gonna be Leroy? It's Federer.
Yeah, Federer is coming up first. I have a feeling they're gonna run the same order that we saw yesterday.
Yeah.
He gave him not like, all right, cool. That's what we wanted, right? We wanted Federer here.
They're still thinking about it.
They are still thinking about it. Okay.
Well, either way, I'm excited. I'm a King fan, and it doesn't matter which King he picks. I'm a fan of either.
I wonder if they're gonna do the blind pick.
Right out the gate?
Why not?
It's possible, right?
I mean, he's got King and Armor King. You know that Chikarin has a couple other characters as well.
Yeah.
See the cards right there.
Yeah. I think that's smart because I don't know. Maybe that's the thing is like with the Japanese players, all of them use multiple characters.
Mm-hmm.
But we know Rife's gonna pick Jin.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think
so. He doesn't care.
But
But Federer might care, right?
Yeah.
If he thinks specifically he wants Armor King versus someone, or if he doesn't want to use King versus someone, etc. Look at that lever. What do you call that? It's not a bat top, it's not a ball top. Is it like a bullet top?
It's called the bullet lever, actually.
Yeah, so it is a bullet lever. Yeah.
It's closer to a bat top, the way that it
feels.
It feels, yeah. It's the same Mitsu arcade stick.
Golden lever has another variation too, right?
It has the in between. It's like an elongated ball top.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more like a long egg or something.
Yep.
I think I like that one.
All right, they're trying to figure things out here. Looks like we do have the blind pick in play there.
Yeah, there
locked
it is.
in, ready to go.
Yeah, Federer held up the yellow card there. It's like I want a blind pick. I don't want them to know what I'm gonna pick here.
All right, looks like they've reported their character choices to our admins here. You know, Federer, I have a feeling he's gonna go in with King first.
I think so.
I think King would be a solid pick, solid option against Leroy and Geese.
Leroy and Geese? Yeah, sure. Where do you feel that Armor King is strong in the King? Is there like a specific matchup there, or is it just like a specific playstyle that you think that?
I think it depends on how he feels movement-wise.
I see.
Yeah,
That's
a
true.
lot of it has to be movement, his ability to dash, throw out the counter hits.
Yeah, the wave dashes with Armor King obviously required a little bit different execution. It looks like he might be starting with the Armor King.
Wow. And you know he loves his forward neutral too. Maybe that could be the reason.
The Geese Howard from Chikarin. That is a lot of button binds, dude.
This is going to be fun. So, Geese Howard, we know he is one of the most explosive characters in the game. Especially if he has that meter, if he has that rage. I feel like it's a character that most people have been used to now over the past few seasons. Of course, he's been adjusted. Still can hit with the best of them, but it takes a little bit longer for him to wind things up.
For sure. I feel like I rarely see Chikarin using the Geese Howard nowadays. Though. It's primarily been the Leroy. I wonder if he put in some more practice for this event, specifically with the Geese. But, you know, Chikrin's been traveling to a lot of events around the world.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like he hasn't been, like, at the top of his game.
Yeah, he's been struggling to get into, like, the top 4 of tournaments lately.
Yeah. And usually someone that we would regularly see in the top 4, right?
I mean, he's a former world champion, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, we're going to go right into this.
Hey, step on it.
Yeah, nice knee to start things off.
Beautiful step there, too, Federer. And there it is. He called it out. Forward 4 neutral 2 from the Armor King.
I feel like that's a move that he could use quite liberally against Chikrin here. Chikrin gonna have a hard time really getting a big punish after it. I think Federer only has to worry about it when it's near the wall.
Yo, Federer getting the first round on Chikrin with his Armor King.
Nice.
Crunchy.
Chikrin has to be wary about using that down 4 as well. That is super launch punishable. Gets the big swipe here, gets the wall.
He's got a big life lead now. Federer's gonna have some rage mode. That punish is gonna kill him though. 1 round each.
Nice. Chikrin able to steal that momentum right back. And again, he's sitting on that meter now. This is where the game plan against Geese changes completely.
Oh my gosh, sidestep into the hop kick there. Federer, he's been looking for that, right? Sidestep left is something he's gone to a couple times already. So far, so good.
Nice, keeps him there at the wall. Again, 4-4 neutral 2. He's gonna keep doing it. Oh,
Get
look
up.
at this conversion, ollie kick. And he's gonna get the wall. That might be dead.
Beautiful, beautiful combo from Federer.
And Federer is feeling himself. Looking to take this first game here.
Damn, sidestep back 3-2 from Chikrin, and there's gonna be a balcony break right here available. He's taking it.
Nice. Goes for some added damage here. And again, the positioning. Good presence of mind there from Federer. Put the brakes on.
Yeah, gotta be careful. Chikrin still has 1 bar meter here. Chikrin also looks for that sidestep right into a whip so he can punish with the back 3-2.
Yeah, that's. Oh my god! He's been so good at utilizing that. It's crazy.
The wall's right here. He's not gonna be enough damage to kill. He's not gonna get
he
the wall combo.
Oh,
the back
he didn't
two's there.
believe.
Rage mode Chikrin. Rage mode for both.
Oh,
he's
they traded blows. Oh,
he's gonna jam him. Oh my gosh, I thought he was gonna boot him in the face. Final round, game 1.
That was nuts. Oh my goodness, those guys. What an exchange there towards the end of the last round.
Federer.
Yo, he scooped him out of the sky there. Chikrin starting the sidestep now. Here we go.
Back V2. Spent 1 bar meter, still has another one. Misses the ground throw.
Yeah, usually that does hit pretty consistently, but he did it a little bit too early there. Oh.
You have to test him. Holy moly, I can't believe that whiff. But Chikrin, he's got a little bit of a life lead. This is very close though. Still 1 bar on the side of Chikrin to cash in if he wants to go for a mix-up. There it is.
Use it. Oh, wow. He ducked right underneath the wall. The follow-up here gets his counter hit jabs. He puts him in rage.
Oh my gosh, he's alive! The pixel! Federer, what are you gonna do? You know Chikrin's gonna throw out that jab again.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the wild stand of 1 gets him, and Chikrin hangs on to get game 1. Wow, was that close?
Oh,
These
yeah.
Federer matches, dude. Put him on to start him every day.
It's a great way to start things off, but look at that. His team already running up to him, giving him some advice right away. That's just the first game. It's a race to 2 here. You got to remember these entry point games are worth 1 point each, and then the final boss game is worth 2. You got to hit that magic number. You got to be able to get as many points as you can. First to 3.
Man, that round 4 was such a brutal turn, right?
Yeah.
Because that slow-mo finish, it looked like he almost won it, and he would have closed out.
The jab came out of nowhere during the slow-mo.
The jab was so fast, right? It's just a 10-frame jab. Oh my gosh, we're looking back at some of this action here from just a moment ago. You know, Chikrin answering back to tie the round count up there. But man, it was close. That was a bad get-up kick there, a little desperate from Federer. But look at this exchange. They're so close. This right here, look at it. The jab was coming. Such a fast, good option. And this is the final round here for game 1.
It could have gone
rage.
either way, man. That was crazy. But a great safe option there from Chikrin, able to close it out. Do you think we'll see a switch?
I don't know.
I feel like Armor King was very sound in that matchup.
Yeah, the question mark is whether or not Chikrin got enough information you could want to stay there or not. But regardless, Federer sticking it out with the Armor King. And we saw one of the patterns that he was using a lot was forward 4 neutral 2 to the down 3. right? That low kick follow-up after the nut punch, basically. So we'll see if he sticks with that and whether or not Chikrin adapts to it.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I feel like if he's forcing a situation or if Chikrin might be saving it, what if Chikrin's just waiting for the right opportune moment to sidestep and go for 2 into the max mode cancel? Because that could be disastrous.
Oh,
and we know Chikrin, he has those on lock.
Did Federer pick the stage for him?
He had to. He was in the position to pick the stage. Anyways, we're going to go into this action. Game number 2. Chikrin up 1-0 right now, Japan.
And Japan, one of the heavy favorites out here. Of course, we talked about it multiple times. Right, floats him out of the forward 1+2, and here's the wall.
All right, what's on wake up? Gets for the wall standing 4. Keeps him there with the 4-4-2 into the double underhook swing. Oh, get off
the wall. Damn, girl, this side step left.
He was ready for it. He's going to close it out here.
He should. Uh-huh.
Oh, he's living. What a trade from the spring kick.
That was crazy. That was crazy with Federer again hanging on. He's playing sharp here, man. He can definitely get this done.
Yeah, the moment he went for the sidestep too, Federer was able to just dash in and go for the dark upper. That was crazy. Uh-oh. He's utilizing it again.
Yeah, that we saw. He's 4-4-2. Instead of mixing it down, he went for the hop kick, but Chikrin wasn't having it. He saw the dash.
Yeah, I think the big difference now that we're seeing is Chikrin is challenging with these pokes, forcing Federer to come in, and when Federer is going for the pokes, Chikrin is starting to go for the sidestep rights. He's really building it up. Great reactions.
If I'm Federer, I'm not throwing out any wake-up kicks. He caught you second round last game. This time he caught you second round again. Maybe not.
Yeah, it's not going in his favor. Again, Chikrin going for the pokes here, baiting his opponent to come in, and then you see him. He's walking right. He's trying to create these opportunities. Uh-oh.
Good punish. It reaches for arm king, and this time we get it.
There's a double underhook, giant swing.
He's spacing so good, but just not really whip punishing.
Oh, man. Federer doing a great job poking.
Very nice.
Locking him down, not giving him any room to breathe here. And much like we saw in the last game, Federer off to an explosive lead here, but it's on Chikrin now. Chikrin's close to a meter.
And also, Federer is calling out these highs so well, but he's not really punishing them. Shining Black broken this time by Chikrin.
Goes for the down 2s.
Yeah, Chikrin switching things up here, trying to poke back, but look at the throws working out for Federer.
Oh yeah, he gets the follow-up there with the command grab. Let's see what he does.
Federer's got to be careful. He's positioned himself kind of badly here. Yeah, that was risky business here. The 4-1-2.
This is huge. Look at the wall.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Bad positioning. He doesn't get
too low. Too low.
Oh my goodness. Not like this. Wait again. Bro, he's living. He's living. Federer can make this happen.
The extra hits? I can't believe he extended.
Federer. I can't believe it. Federer couldn't believe it. Final round, game 2.
It's important here. Federer needs this round to stay alive. Keep his team in contention for this opening point.
He just got to play his game. It's so hard to against a player like Chikrin. Finds the back 3-2, breakable wall this time. He's got another bar meter too.
Oh yeah, he's going to be able to reach here. Another break here. Goes for the ground throw. No. Interesting. He went for the jab there, unable to get any additional damage here. Slight life lead though for Chikrin. We're near the balcony.
Yeah, Federer doesn't have enough health. If he gets hit by a combo, this could be it.
Oh yeah. Especially if he went for the maximal cancel there.
He's out of meter.
He's going to end up using it.
Bro.
This pressure, nice sidestep there.
The mixes are coming out. Chikrin trying to get him, and he finds the high counter, and that will be that. Chikrin gonna take it over Federer for Team Japan.
That was close. Both ways it was close. And look at that, I was so happy patting Chikrin on the head.
Oh my goodness, what a set though, man. Federer had so many close calls there. Almost got it done both games against Chikrin.
Man, that was super comfortable. He got his shoes off and everything. He is trying to be in as comfortable position as he can be going into this. But man, this is tough now.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia losing the opening point here. Who do they send up next? And I think we have a feeling it's going to be Sambro. Yeah.
It's got to be Sambro there. Although you never know. Sambro is actually, I said he's got to be, but he played so well yesterday.
It was so clean and so quick, right?
Position. Yeah. And I think that, honestly, people have the least information on Sambro there.
That is true, and that could be a scary, scary thing thinking about it here. Like, how do you build a counter strategy to that?
I mean, the thing, too, is Sambro's obviously a Bob player. That's what we've seen so far. But we know Japan has a lot of good Bob players that they've practiced against in the past few years. So, you know, it's maybe not the best to save him as your boss pick just for that reason.
I feel like we haven't seen enough of Sambro, though, because if you think about it, he was so crispy yesterday.
Very, very impressive.
And we didn't get to see enough. It was such a short set, and it was very one-sided. He dominated his match yesterday. Anyways.
Oh, man, you can see the heartache, dude. He had so many close chances there. Yeah, fix his hair. Yeah, all right.
There you go.
Massage scalp. Beautiful. Oh, it's okay, buddy.
All right. It looks like they're still deliberating on who's going to be going up here. It looks like Ao is going up next here.
And is going to be Sam, brother.
All right. And Ao, of course, Ao is a child of the Tekken 6 era. He's been used to every iteration of the strength of Bob.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you played Tekken 6, you had to know how to play against that character, Bob. And he's very similar in Tekken 7, actually.
Yeah, I mean, if you played him back then, I'm sure you could play him now, against him now.
But Sam Brothers, he's special, right? He's got that crazy execution with Bob, very confident in his combos. We saw the wave was mid-combo yesterday.
What if the Bob's a front? What if he's actually a Mishima player?
That would be wild.
I mean, he has the movement for it.
He definitely does. I mean, who would you want to see him play? Heihachi?
Kazuya?
You think so?
Yeah.
Against Kunimitsu?
I mean, I feel like maybe better than Bob. Bob doesn't really have the same type of vortex.
The thing I like about Bob for Kunimitsu is just the jab range.
Yeah, he can control the space with the jab.
Assuming
I feel like
her,
a lot of the tools for Bob though are going to kind of be nullified with just the way that Ao plays. Like side step 1+2, I don't see being as effective, right?
No, for sure.
These two characters though have nasty, quick power crushes by the wall.
Yes,
they got the belly, they got the back too.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see, but I'm very excited for this one, actually. I think Sam Brother here is someone that could really throw a wrench into the works here. And Ao, obviously, should be the heavy favorite in here, right?
Yeah.
Like, without a doubt. But in this one, I don't know what's going to happen, man. This is the big test for Sam Brother, and I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, and it's crazy, too. You think about it here. We had Raif and Nobi playing. Obviously, they're both the bosses for this matchup. But Raif made it look super easy in that selector match. And you got to think about it. Let's say Japan goes to a quick lead here. If Raif's still feeling that confidence from that earlier selector match, and let's say he does have an easy job, they're going to go to a playoff. We haven't had a playoff match yet.
It's actually wild that they actually put Ao up in this position knowing that Raif is going to be the boss.
Yeah.
All right, Mishima building here for game one. Ao versus Sam Brother. Score, of course, 0-0 to kick things off here.
Yeah, the new generation of Kunimitsu players, she is such a problem. It's so hard to kind of hit her. And you know, Ao has been one of those players that emphasizes movement, sidestep, backdash.
Yeah.
And that is so annoying to fight against. He's going to be chasing.
Oh,
he's going to be chasing.
And immediately starts off that 2-2, tracks both directions. Pretty annoying. Oh, and the hell sweep.
Oh, man, he is confident in his hits. They're all landing.
Man.
Y'all must have forgot.
Almost.
Oh, what a block. Not just that, he was ready, locked and loaded with the launch punish as well. And just like that, has him by the corner.
Yo, the sidestep, the counter, down for two on the trade. He's going to get the first round of this.
That's going to close it out. Oh, yeah.
Yo, he knew the perfect combo for where that wall was potentially going to be. That was smart stuff. Sam Brother, first round against Ao.
Not afraid of the set transitions here.
Oh, he is prepared.
I feel like you have to prepare against Kunimitsu this day and age.
Yeah, I was just thinking too, like they had the night to know that they were coming up against this team already, right? So they probably prepared for these potential matchups too.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh, here we go. Ooh. Nice trade. Oh, and the Muda-des.
Wow, beautiful.
Able to get it there. Resplat gets the combo here. This is going to hurt.
Yeah, the combo away from the wall and no throw break. That's the round for Ao.
Like a thief in the night, stealing that one away. Oh, tension starter, interesting.
Yeah, for the start of the round too.
Yeah. Good jab check test here. Look at the damage here, already keeping him by the wall.
Oh, no.
Again, he's so good with that move.
Yeah, but why is Stanford even like swinging at that range, you know?
Uh-oh.
He's got
Here we go, he has range. Oh, this could be a problem. 50-50, what's the mix?
Headbutt.
He got him. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, that's so crazy. Man, you should see the Saudi guys. They both jumped up for a second back there. But right now, Ao up 2-1 here in game one.
Big chance here, right? Ducking underneath.
Full crowd sweep. Kunimitsu 4-4-2 follow-up. Damn, girl, the up pocket, but drop the combo.
That was huge.
Oh, that's such a big combo drop.
Oh, nice down forward, too. On the whiff punish, he's going to get the wall here as well.
Yeah, you talked about Ao use that movement. That time, sidestep, got him an opportunity to see the whiff. Had the down 2 locked and loaded, and now Sandbrother in big trouble forward 4-2 to close it out. First game to Al.
I feel like Al was just kind of waiting, figuring things out. He got way more comfortable, especially with a lot of the attacks towards the end there. Used a lot of the big sweep. That's something that we rarely see nowadays from high-level Kunimitsu play, just because of how risky it is for that character. Like, why go into that situation when you can use some of her other pokes just to kind of keep it safer?
Exactly.
But man, that was crazy.
You don't really have to go for the big risky sweeps there. Right, just like using little simple pokes like down forward 1-2, standing 2-2, 1-1 even into mix. It seems like such a more safe way to play this character.
Yeah, or just down back 3-3.
Yeah,
in general.
Sure. And he did down back 3-3 into the sweep too. But yeah, that was the beautiful side step for the down for 2 launch here. And you know, Stanford really started off very strong, but I felt like after that first round, he kind of got a little sloppy. He just kind of throwing moves out at ranges where Al was able to whiff punish.
Yeah, there were certain situations there where Sam Brother could have maximized and optimized. Obviously, he had the up forward 1+2 at the wall. He went for the up forward 1+2 4 instead of the double belly.
Yes, and then immediately after went for the double belly. Al blocked it, obviously. He wasn't ready to try to duck the high. He's like, no reason, just a wall crush, not a big deal, right? So, very smart played it from Al.
That's just one game.
It is.
It's not over yet.
It's not over, but now he has to decide on whether he switches characters or switches stage. Can only do one of those two things here. Let's see what he decides to do.
I'm excited. I wonder what else, because again, this is a player that we have not as much information on compared to like the team of Japan, right?
And honestly, round 4 he could have won, right?
Yeah.
He hit that crouch dash 1, dropped the combo.
Yep.
Or he hit the hop kick and dropped the combo, but still, regardless, that could have been a tied round 1 to final round situation. And I feel like those drops kind of added up and broke him down a little bit, right? So now he's had a little bit of a break. His teammates have talked to him. Let's see how it looks like in game 2. Geometric plane, perhaps? Thinking about it. Wonder what they're doing here. Maybe debating about using that timeout card? You can see Federer still coaching over there.
I mean, that was a good time to use it. Remember, they have the opportunity to use it during the set. Anyways, we're going right into the challenge.
Man, I got a feeling, Mark. I got a feeling we're gonna get a tie.
Oh my gosh! I mean, it'd be the first one on stream, right? Maybe the first one for the entire day for everybody.
We'll see, though. Geometric plane for game 2. Same characters. Kunimitsu versus Bob.
Bro, if I saw somebody doing that down the street, I'd be like, I'm not messing with this guy.
Nope.
Round 1.
Hell
Anyways,
no.
going into the action. I saw Tasty Steve doing that this morning.
Oh, man. To the wall. This is a rough start again. And I was getting comfortable for sure.
Nice test here. Has him by the wall. That is safe.
Yeah, and the side step right a second ago to avoid the down 4-2. Now the side step left to keep the wall. Behind Sam Brother. Backer mix up here. And okay, that was a good side step. Now we can get off the wall combo.
Oh, nice. Good stuff here. Oh, he goes for the big sweep. He risks it all.
And I had defense there, right? Solid defense. I mean, if he had ducked it had been like a short Yugen attempt there, that would have been maybe his whole life bar.
But that's the thing, too. They're both such risky options, right? But you can't react to them. They're like, boom, in your face.
Yeah, but the hell sweep wouldn't have destroyed Al's round, but the destroyer would have. He still ducked for it, so I feel like he reacted to it. Nice headbutt confirmed.
Might want to test him. Just throw it out one time,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Hit him with the one time.
You got to see some point, especially like a first round situation. Why not? Oh, Slidey, we're going backwards?
Nice adjustment there. He knew he wasn't going to go underneath. Gets the power crush. Oh my gosh, that did so much.
Oh, and he got a get-up kick to killing Team Saudi Arabia today.
They've been doing a lot of those get-up kicks into death.
Yeah, that's 3 rounds that they've lost today in just 3 games.
Yep. Nice interrupt there. Al doing a great job of just keeping him away.
Oh my goodness. Going for the crazy, but again, blocks the same combo. Is that hard to hit on Kuni or something?
I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. She's a smaller character.
Look at the punish there from Al as well.
Yeah, he's so ready.
Oh my gosh.
Big risk from Al. This is a chance here. Sam Brother, the walls be in the way. Sidewall saving lives.
Gotta watch out here. Big opportunity.
Oh. Got him. The wall tip wouldn't have killed, but Al gets him and waves him out of here.
Al feeling good here. His team is up now, winning the first 2 games.
Japan up 2-0 in points right now, winning the entry match and the middle match. But we still have the boss match that's worth
the
2 points.
scary part. They're dominating right now, but it's not even close to being over.
Exactly. And, you know, that's the thing. Like, this is their first time playing one of these sets. They're chilling right there. They're feeling all good right now. They're up 2-0, right? And technically, you know, Nobi has no pressure because if he loses, they're not out.
They're definitely not out.
We saw the selector match. Rive 2-0'd him like nothing.
Yeah.
So do you think Nobi picks Fang Wei here?
Okay, so this is a race to 3.
Yes.
He has the ability to maybe start with Steve, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll find out. But to find out first, let's go to the analyst desk and see what they think.
Thank you very much, Rip and Markman. Yes, we are 2 matches in now, 2 games in this Saudi Arabia versus Japan set. And it went Japan's way. There are 2 games up here versus Saudi Arabia. What do we make of those 2 games, guys?
I mean, it looked pretty dominant on Japan's side. The first match we got to see Federer versus Chikurin. Federer kept it close each game, but Chikurin able to edge him out every time. And then even in set number 2, we had Muhammad going up against Al, and it just seemed like he wasn't able to get anything going. Every time he went for a hell sweep, you know, Al was ready with the block, and even the up forward 4 combo, he's going for like kind of a questionable combo, up forward 4 into crouch dash 1. Very finicky combo, doesn't really work.
You see here with the first set, like you said, Mike, keeping it close, having some good situations, but just unable to close out either of the 2 games. Some bad get-up kicks, some just little situations that didn't go his way. I think this is the round where he tries to end it with the running 3 and gets jabbed out of it at the very end.
Yeah.
And I don't know, he had some good ideas. That was a beautiful hop kick right there.
There was a drop combo right here, right? I think that he didn't.
Yeah, too low on the wall.
Too low on the wall.
But he recognized it and he didn't finish it. So
yeah, big opportunity there missed though, and then of course
tried to end it. Yeah, I think the story of both of these sets were both Federer and Sam Brother just maybe being a little bit too antsy and desperate to try to close out these matches, and maybe because of it being a little bit predictable.
And of course, we saw great lateral movement from Chikurin against the Armor King as well, moving right constantly and, you know, forcing Federer to whiff. He did start to use the down forward 2 a little bit more. I thought that he found a lot of success with it, but in the end, Chikurin did take it. You see the balcony break into the forward 1, and that was it, man. Federer, very close first game then. And then, of course, Muhammad Al-Jabri going up against Ao. And, you know, Kunimitsu, a character that they are used to having here in Saudi Arabia. They have, of course, Akil, a.k.a. Hunter, who is one of the best Kunimitsus in the world, really, especially here in Saudi Arabia. So it's not like he didn't know the matchup, but I guess Ao's style of Kunimitsu, or the Japanese style, not something that he's used to, right?
Yeah, I mean, Al definitely brought some stuff to the table. He did like down back 3-3 into full crouch sweep. Very tricky stuff, kind of risky, but you know, Al willing to take the bet sometimes.
Yeah, it's, you know, you can argue whether or not Al is the best player that uses Kunimitsu in the world, but I do think he uses more of the character's kit than a lot of other players do. So you'll see a lot of moves that other Kunimitsus don't use as much as he does.
Yeah.
And I see here, I think Sam Brother had a really strong first round in the first game. I think Ao just somehow instantly made the adjustment, blocking the headbutt belly, willing to duck for the strong lows, the crouch dash 4, and the down back 3+4 by the wall. And I don't know, Sam Brother never made the lead. And then, especially in this set, there was lots of like, Sam Brother, I don't know if it was nerves, I don't know if he just wanted to get Kunimitsu off him, but he was like mashing a lot, the power crush and other get-up kicks and stuff, and it was not working out for him.
Yeah, so our final match is going to be the boss match of Nobi versus Raif, and MRK, you called it, man. Nobi is going to be the boss here. He does bring that experience and calmness to the team. What do we make of this upcoming match? Because we could potentially, as Rip said, get a tied match here for the first time here at Gamers8.
I mean, if the selector match was a little preview of what's going to be coming into the boss battle here, you know, it might be a little hard for Nobi because we saw Nobi pull out the Fang, Raif went for the Jin, and he ended up getting 2 clean rounds on him really quickly. Or Nobi, planning ahead, could be sandbagging on purpose. Maybe it's like, okay, side match, whatever, I could play on both sides. I've been an offline player for years now. I don't have to really worry about sides like that. So, like, maybe he's like not even worried about the selector match, and he's like, just give him some false confidence before going into the actual boss battle.
I wonder how practiced Nobi's Steve is, because I remember in earlier TWT seasons, most frequently when he would go up against Book's Jin, he would bring up that Steve as a counter pick. And Steve's a little bit worse as a character than he used to be, but I feel like that's still a solid counter pick. Would you say so, Mike?
I mean, yeah, I am a Steve
On paper?
player. Yeah, I mean, on paper, it definitely is a good matchup for Steve. A lot of Jin's crouch dash mix-ups, he can back one, and there's not a lot of great high crushes that Jin has, so that back one does become a lot more usable in that matchup.
Spag, you know Rife the most. Do you
Yeah.
think does he have experience in that counter matchup?
He has experience in a lot of matchups, including Steve, right? Saudi Arabians use a ton of different characters, so this is going to be good, especially because this is a run back from Tekken World Tour Finals, Raif versus Nobi. Nobi took the set over Raif before, and I know that Raif was talking about getting that run back on Nobi, but this time it's going to be a first to 3 boss match, ladies and lads. It all comes down to this. Let's go over to the stage for our boss match, Raif versus Nobi.
All right, we are back here. We have Japan, Saudi Arabia, the final bosses going up against each other, and it's Nobi and Raif. How you feel about this one, Rip?
This one's going to be so fun to watch because of that selector match, right? We saw in the selector match, Raif looked so comfortable there against Nobi's Fang Wei. And of course, the question mark is, what character did we get from Nobi? Of course, originally a Dragunov main, always had a Steve Fox since, like, as far as I know, before 2010. But lately, we've seen some Fang Wei out of him, and it looks like he's going back to the Fang Wei or the main menu. The Fang Wei.
Yeah, it's going to be Fang Wei or the Highway going into this pivotal, decisive set. This is going to be a race to 3. First to 3 wins will be able to, well, for Japan, if they win it, it's all over. But if Raif can do it, we're going to go to a playoff set.
I'm excited. I'm so excited because we haven't seen the playoff set yet, and I feel like there's potential for right now.
High
Unless
potential.
Nobi can turn things around.
High potential, especially since these guys have played each other before.
Man, this is crazy. All right, Brimstone and Fire, Jin Kazama versus Fang Wei, Game 1, boss match. Saudi Arabia versus Japan.
Yeah, here we go. It's going to be, I think it's going to be tough for Nobi, man. I think it's going to be tough, but he does have his team behind him. Let's see how this is going to play out.
Yeah, Raif, he did lose to Kokoma at Slash and Dash Emirate Showdown with Kokoma's Fang Wei, right?
Yeah.
So it is a problem character in a sense, but that's a problem character in general.
Yeah,
Baby
counter hit.
Counter hit,
And he gets the follow-up at the wall. This is going to do a ton of damage. Ooh. Oh, he tried to reverse Kempo. Try to get out of dodge here, but this is the big problem, the rage.
Wow! Magic Force, Stranger Rage Drive, that's a ton of damage. Doesn't get the wall spat though, angle wasn't quite right.
Oh, he whiffed the first hit, but the second one blocked. And
I almost fell out of my chair.
That was
crazy,
yeah.
dude. The Magic Force Rage Drive, if the wall was there, he won the round.
Nice punish there. Toe kick, able to evade here. Any added pressure? Oh, and Raif catching him.
Look at this. Committing to these ducks, then he's finding them. Look at the Demon Paw behind it as well.
Oh, this is a problem now. Nobi with the rage.
Position
Switches,
switch.
yep. Very smart here. It's what? The mix goes with the low. 1+4.
Uh-oh.
He's whittling away at the life bar.
He's gonna get him. Oh my god, the check with the down forward one is the smart play. And Raif holds on and ties it up.
Fight.
Yo, he is zoned in right now too.
That was such a great counter opportunity there.
Get it out of here.
Not on my watch. Let's go to the wall. Oh, he missed the second hit. Still has some positioning,
Oh
but
my
counter
goodness.
hit. That is all guaranteed on counter hit.
Old school forward 2-on-2 from Fang Wei.
Yeah, you got a scraper. I got one too.
The defense, Raif, yo, he's playing like a young man right now, and he is. What the hell?
How did they end up behind him like that?
Rage mode Raif, though. Run up hop kick, and the beautiful punish there from Nobi.
Round 4.
Man, Fenrir is shaking it now. He's stressed out back
Yeah,
there.
I mean, I'd be stressed too because again, this is such an important set. Comes down to the bosses. Did not fall for the forward 4. And again, this pressure. Nobi playing like such a... Whoa, he went for it again.
And it looked like it might have been counter hit. The pressure from Nobi right now, that slash kick. Great interrupt.
Yeah, and again, there's so much space in between that, able to make that recognition. Has him in range though. Ooh, the delay there on the wall setting 1. And Nobi very cleanly takes that. You know, there was a close first round. Could have gone either way. But Nobi slowly but surely just started imposing his will. He would just get in his face, start poking, and everything started working out.
Man, I think one of the analysts brought up that maybe Nobi was sandbagging in the selector match. What do you think, Mark?
That is such a ballsy thing to do.
But is it though? Because then you're kind of, if you are sandbagging selector match, right? You're kind of throwing the idea that you should put this guy in the boss match against me.
What a bait.
Right?
You're right. Actually, you are right. Like, it's one of those things like, it doesn't matter what side we're on. It doesn't matter who goes up first.
Right.
We'll bet it all on the end.
Because we know we can beat this guy with me.
You know what? You might be right there, Rip.
That's crazy. The strategy, man. The mind game. But Riyadh, you know, he is a world-class player, right? Top 8 of the TWT finals this year in Amsterdam. You know, you can count him to keep the set close here. And you can see that first game, he was back and forth. If that counter four into the rage drive had found the wall, that first game would have been completely different.
Yeah, would have been way different. But man, this is tough. I mean, we know Riyadh is going to stick to the Jhin here.
Oh, yeah. The interesting thing here, too, if Riyadh had won like 2 games in a row immediately, then maybe we would have seen the Fang Wei disappear. But because Nobi has won this first game with Fang, now he's kind of more stuck to the character, I feel like. Even if he loses another 2 games here, he's going to feel like, okay, you know, Fang Wei's still kind of getting it done. Because I got that 1 point on the board.
Anyway, here we go. Jungle 2.
Yeah, tiny stage upstairs.
Round
Balcony break
1.
available, wall break available downstairs to larger open area. Back 1 counter. Man, Rob's had a lot of ducks.
He's trying to make it work with the counter hit. Oh no, the trade.
Yeah, Rhyme side left timing's been so good. Zen transition goes into the high. Parry a little early there, but doesn't matter. Gets the punish anyway. Could have had a little more. Ducks to grab again. He's ducked a lot of highs. He's ducked a lot of grabs. And right now, Nobi, though, still has the lead from these pokes. Fang Wei probably the best poke machine in the game.
Oh my gosh, and he has him at the wall.
Counter at
Gary,
4.
He's so good at
Same
using that
thing.
move.
Is it going to hit the wall?
This time he gets it.
Yo, my goodness, Chief. Jin Kazama.
What a rage drive.
And that's the difference. That could have been what the first game was like, right? Magic 4 again. Whose idea was this, man? Homing attack, Magic 4. Fire that guy. Down 3-3. Look at half-life bar lead for Ryan. Uh-oh. Forward 2-1-2 counter from Nobi.
Oh man, it's looking really good for him. Right, pushing back.
This is not, I was gonna say, it's not good enough. That was Fang Wei. The pixel.
Oh, the delay. Ah, the down 4-8.
Oh my gosh, dude, this is
And
crazy.
he had the insurance on the second hit. Oh my gosh.
Fight.
1 round apiece.
Oh,
Rip
my
almost
heart.
jumped out of his chair.
I did jump out of my chair. That was wild. I couldn't believe he survived. 1 round, he's looking at his sidestep on the electric that time.
Oh man.
Rage forward Rhyme. Over here, another match. He got him in Z1+2. And he's going to save the Rager. Every hit doing more damage here from this combo. Wall carry's good. Hella damage. Oh my goodness. No, we have to block. The blue stuff's coming. Of course it is. Wow. The block, he didn't punish it right. Oh my god, the back two blows punished though. Okay. Rhyme, 2 rounds to 1. Still in this. Hanging on here, but man, these rounds are close. It feels like no matter what life lead he has, Nobi's always right there.
Oh, what a berry.
LLRK. Rhyme usually pretty elusive though.
Oh, he missed the follow-up there. I think he wanted the Demon Bomb.
And Nobi with rage now. Balcony break behind Rhyme. Gotta be careful. Counter it down back 3.
He has the rage, gotta be careful.
Yeah, at least he stepped away from the breakable wall here, so the rage drive's not gonna be able to be a factor.
Man.
Didn't do it fast enough.
No, he went for it.
Oh my god, he
I can't believe he
didn't parry or anything. He didn't know. He didn't low parry, nothing. And now
fact that
Nobi
he
can
went
close
for
the
it.
round, but he's
Oh
got
my
strings.
gosh.
We got strings. Saudi Arabia on the board here in the boss match.
I can't believe Nobi went for that.
That was all. I mean, I can't believe Nobi went for it. I had a feeling he had to go for it because he was going to get punished otherwise, right? But the Rhyme wasn't ready for the low parry or anything. And so it went on the whole way through. And still afterwards, Rhyme's like, I'm going to test you with the string now, and it gets the victory.
And you can see some of the action that just happened on the screen. Oh my goodness.
This didn't kill. This
Yeah.
exchange here was so crazy.
The slow motion. Oh, this is when you jumped out of the
Yeah,
chair.
I didn't know what was going to happen, man. Craziness. But here we go. It's so close. And this is what we were talking about, man. Rob on the board, tying it up with Nobi, 1 game each here. And now we're in a position where, you know, he gets 2 more, and we get our first playoff tiebreaker scenario happening.
Oh man, look at his team.
Of course they're pumped, man. I mean, they were pumped like that in the first game while he was losing.
Federer looks a little bit better. He was stressing. He was stressing.
Trust me, they're going to be stressed the whole way through this one. Nobi sticking with the Fang Wei. We're going to Dragon's Nest for game 3. Oh my goodness. Team Saudi Arabia. Everyone in this group was looking at Japan, they were looking at Pakistan. They were like, yeah, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, those guys are in trouble. You know, the top two's easy here to look at. But you can't count out Riyadh in this format.
Round 1.
Definitely not. Anyways, here we go. Tied 1 apiece. Reminder, this is a race to 3 games.
What
So
the
they're
hell?
what? Look at that adjustment.
That was crazy. He almost got a combo after dropping the low parry combo, and oh man, Nobi turns it around immediately.
Yeah, Nobi has been utilizing all of the variations, all of the strings.
Yeah, and it's so rough, right? He had such a good low parry in the down two earlier. Here's a counter conversion, and this first round's gonna go to Nobi, and that was rough, because the start of the round was he had a sick low parry, he dropped the combo, and he just immediately put his hand out, he's like, don't worry, I got this, chill.
Oh,
Back turn parry?
yeah, he tried to catch him with it.
Yeah, tested Zen 1-2 because it worked out for him earlier.
Oh, the second hit again. That's already the second time in this game.
Yeah, Federer immediately yelled at Sam Brothers, like, take notes.
There we go.
All right, get the low parry combo this time.
This is good, though, because he does have the range. He's going to do additional damage. Pushing towards the wall here. LLR gate, no, goes to the low.
The down two's adding up here. Nobi just needs 1 or 2 more pokes. Fengwei's that character.
I mean, Rife just needs a counter hit 4 again.
Gosh, and the low kick's enough. Nobi bringing game 3 back strong. And Federer is losing his mind over there.
He's stressed. He's not done yet, though.
No, yeah, you cannot count Rife out.
Oh, he missed the follow-up. Doesn't matter. He's still safe.
It's okay. Everyone just gotta chill. Beautiful back Kenpo step launch.
Yeah, he's going to go for the wall as well. Gets it. 1-3 into the shoulder. Now into the rage. Oh my God.
Goodness.
Very dominant there. Very, very dominant.
Yikes, that was a fast game for Nobi to take the lead back for Japan 2-1 here. Chikrin and Au are so calm and composed compared to Federer and
I
Sam
mean, yeah,
on the
if
other
you look
side.
at them side by side, you'll be like, these guys are just chilling. They're having a good time, chilling with their boss. But on the other side, man, Federer is stressing. Sambro's also probably, you know, both of them, I'm sure, are offering words of advice to their
At this point,
team
definitely.
captain.
They definitely took some notes from that one. But man, it's just, I think about the first round here. You know, the very first round, the way it started, he came out clutch, low parry, and then just immediately dropped the combo, dropped the game, it felt like.
Oh, it looks like they pulled out the timeout card.
Yeah, Saudi opting to use their red traffic card here, calling for the timeout. That's going to be a 2-minute extended break for them to recompose and figure things out. And it's a good use of the time here, obviously. You know, this situation, they're facing not elimination, but potential elimination from the top 8.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and that could just change things completely. Because think about it. You start losing. You start thinking about it. And some people just can't bounce back from that, right? They want to be able to maintain their momentum, especially since yesterday they did so well.
Calling in the old school coaches.
All right, sure, they're thinking things through here, trying to figure out how they're going to go into this matchup. Again, it's 2-1 in favor of Nobi here. If Nobi wins 1 more, it is going to be sealed for Team Japan.
Yeah, it's been really back and forth. And Rob, man, he's had these clutch moments. He just has to finish it. Just has to finish. You know, the Magic 4 was on point that very first round of Game 1, but just the wall just wasn't in the right place. Game 3, round 1 has the low parry, but drops the combo, and then Nobi immediately turned around and took control of the entire game. And that's the thing when you play these top teams, you know, whether it's Pakistan, Korea, or Pakistan, you really, every small mistake you make goes a long way.
Oh, yeah. I think the big difference that I noticed in that previous game is Nobi, instead of just dominating and kind of using the pokes into his advantage and getting those counter hits, a lot of it was just, you know, him landing these combos, getting the wall damage, and then just guessing right at the wall, putting all this pressure on Rife. Rife was usually able to kind of figure his way out, whether it was parry, the Magic 4, to kind of get out of the corner. But once he got into the corner, he was stuck in the corner.
Oh, boy,
I mean, there was that really impressive rage drive use that we saw prior in the other game.
Right.
But, I mean, you have to be at very low life to be able to put in that situation, and sometimes not the best position to be in.
You know, MYK said that maybe Nobi was going to be in the boss position because of the respect that his teammates have for him. I think Rife is respecting Nobi too much right now. I think I want to see more LLRKs out of him.
Yeah.
Hit him with one of them. He hasn't tested him again since.
Get ready for the next battle.
Anyways, this is, again, such a big opportunity. Nobi, 1 more game, can seal the deal. But if Rife can take this one here in this open stage, it's going to be all tied up. Even then, even if Riot was able to win the next two, it's not done yet. This is crazy.
Exactly. Exactly. This might be our first one, but Nobi right now, if he can win this game, is going to take the entire set for Team Japan. Infinite stage.
No doubt.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Controller's not working. He's pointing at the admin. And at least nothing happened, right? There's no damage. Should be an easy start here.
Of course, we're going to figure things out here.
Alrighty. Well, longer timeout for Riot in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, man, you know, I wonder what he's going to do here. Again, they're going to have to go back to this open stage. Kind of figure things out. I feel like the walls, and again, him being pressured by the walls is really what kind of did him in the last game. I think him being in the open maybe will be able to kind of reset his thoughts on how to approach the matchup.
I think so. It looks like they're playing it out. They're looking pretty focused right now. Unless they're just finishing the game so they can restart it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, they're waiting for the next one.
Man, shout out to Nobi. If you guys know Nobi's history, you know that for the lifespan of Tekken 7, he has had incredible starts to this game.
Yeah.
Back when Dragunov was considered a higher tier character back then. But he was so dominant in the early days of Tekken 7.
Yeah, he was a winner of the King of Iron Fist tournament. He won at EVO back then when Tekken 7 was early on.
Right?
Same year, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Sane did it the following year, I believe.
Exactly. That was the coolest thing. Like, whoever won EVO won the global championship. We saw it back-to-back twice there. But Nobi's still kicking out here, you know, still hanging on. This time has an opportunity in this $1 million prize pool tournament. Gamers8 Tekken 7 Nations Cup here in Saudi Arabia. And this is, of course, Japan's first team set of the day. And he just needs to win one more game here, and they're on the winning column.
Yeah, and I mean, just knowing Nobi for so many years and how great of a player he is, he can definitely do it.
Oh,
I feel like the Japan team in contention, one of the easy picks, I would say, for getting into tomorrow's or into the grand finals on Sunday.
Yeah, when the draw happened and we saw that it was Pakistan and Japan the same group, Arslan Ash from Pakistan actually tweeted out like, it's never easy, whether it's life or check. We're like, what are you talking about, bro? You know, it's like, oh, he has Japan in his group. I mean, when I looked at the draw, I was like, that's not terrible. I mean, if you're Pakistan, I feel like you could win any group and you're still like a top 2 contender, right?
Well, that's the thing is like, would you rather face him in the top 8 or would you rather face him in group stages? Sometimes maybe it's a blessing, right? Maybe it's a blessing to face him this early on.
And of course, it's double elimination once you're in that top 8, right? So you want your best chance to be on the winner side of the bracket, which is why I think you're stressed out more. Like, man, we have Japan, we might end up in the loser side, and then it's much harder for tournament.
All right, of course, we are getting ready. Looks like the players are motioning for something here, but Ao is against super comfortable there. What's going on?
Oh, there's a finger up. Do you think he gets around?
It could be. It could be.
Controller?
Not sure what the specific rules are for technical malfunctions, but in a lot of rule sets, they award it to the opposition.
Yeah, I'm real curious about what even happened there, right? Because obviously it was all working fine.
They were just sitting there. They didn't unplug anything. Either way, I'm excited to see as they continue going into the next matchup. What do you think? What do you think? Let's say Raf is able to tie things up, and they do go to a potential playoff. Do you think that it's going to be the same bosses going at it?
I think Riot stays.
Yeah.
I don't know what Japan decides. I think
crazy.
It depends on this one right here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, actually, regardless, Nobi's up 2, right? 2-1. So if Riot even is able to win this, that's going to be a 3-2 situation. So it really depends on how the last game looks.
Of course. Of course.
And they're going into it, and yeah, Nobi got the first round for the technical malfunction.
Yep.
And Riot now back totally against the wall here.
Yeah, and that's such an unfortunate sequence early on here. Nice launch there from reverse Kempo. What's the mix going in? Caught him with the down 4-3. He's going to get a combo here. He didn't need all that.
Back turn, throw mix, and just like that, it is set point for Team Japan.
Round 3.
Oh no, Federer in his hands.
Everyone,
his face is in his hands.
Everyone's face is in their hands right now. It's rough, but Riot, don't count him out. Don't count him out.
Oh yeah, the last hit, they're able to land here. The follow-up. He has a good life lead still. He has to be able to hold on to it, though. Nobi starting to attack with the lows.
Oh, no.
The float, the conversion.
Yeah, he wanted a hop kick there. He didn't like taking all the low pokes. And look at this life lead for Nobi now. Look at the closeout for Team Japan. Like, that's it, right?
Yeah.
All right, game on.
Just double checking.
Game off.
All right. So for Japan, they are able to take that very clean a sweep there of the entire series. So between Chikarin, Ao, and Nobi, they did such a great job here. But again, they were close matches. I feel like it could have gone either way here. Impressive stuff from both sides. Saudi Arabia still going to have their opportunity to play through the rest of their group stage too.
And again, we don't get that tiebreaker scenario. It just doesn't seem to want to work out. In this format, it seems like it's something that would come up often.
I mean, that's the nature of Tekken. It always goes to the final game. But it's not happening for us today. Not yesterday either.
It's the bosses, man. They've been pulling through. Looking back at some of this action here, Chikarin and Federer was so close as well. Chikarin, basically saving it at the last round every single time in those first two games. But Federer, he had it. He had so many chances, just unable to close out, and that's just the case here. Sam started off strong against Ao, but then just, some of the whiffs that he had in that first game that really kind of threw it at Ao.
Oh, yeah. And Ao, I feel like, played so solid in that particular matchup. I think early on, and the case with a lot of drop combos here, we don't know if it was because of Kunimitsu or what, but it was just unfortunate. But Ao played out of his mind. He was able to land those big sweeps. He was able to land the quarter circle forward 1+2s at times where he needed it. And of course, it brings us to this final boss match where Nobi just early on was going back and forth, but Nobi started running away. He started running away with it, and he really showcased for a lot of that. And there was one match in particular where he was able to win 3 rounds straight, no problem, right?
No, exactly. And this sequence right here was like so crucial. Riyadh, he just couldn't build the momentum, right? He couldn't keep the snowball rolling down the hill. It just felt like anytime he started something, he was over. But he's on the board there, things were looking good. But then here you had a controller malfunction, and then because of this, he had to give Nobi his round, and this was Nobi's round that he got given for free. And he's like, all right, well, now I only have to win 2 rounds. It's rough.
Super rough. Okay, guys, we're going to go to Tasty Steve.
Welcome back after that tense match. Nobi and Team Japan takes it. Make some noise for Team Japan, guys. I know they were going against Saudi Arabia, but they were still good games overall. I just had a couple of questions before we get you in here. I wanted to ask, was there any specific player on Team Saudi Arabia that you guys are worried about?
詳しくリサーチした選手がいましたか？それからどうしてでしょうか？
鉄拳ワールドツアーのファイナルでライフ選手と僕1回戦ってて、サウジアラビアの多分代表は最後はライフ選手が来ると思ってひたすら動画で勉強しました。
So I faced Ref during the Tekken World Tour back in the day, and I thought, okay, he's gonna be the one that's gonna face me in the boss match. So he was the one I was like focusing mostly on.
Okay. Also, I would like to ask, and I knew that this had happened because obviously I was there, the TWC, so I was there. I wanted to also ask, is there any other player? What was the research process for looking at the rest of the team? Did you guys do research on the other players, and how much information did you have about them?
じゃあ特にレーフさんに集中しましたけれども、他のプレイヤーについてもなんかリサーチしたことがありますか？それから何を勉強しましたか？
サウジアラビアのそのプレイヤーは本当に強いんで、みんな僕は最後に出るっていう条件で、残りの2人は青とチクリンに任して徹底的に情報をみんなで共有して勝つことができました。
So yeah, they're like all super strong players, the Saudi guys, and I was focusing mostly on Ref because I presumed I'm gonna face him. So I left the other two to Ao and Chikarin to figure it on their own, and that's how we cooperated on this match, and that's why we could win.
Congratulations once again. Guys, make some noise for Team Japan. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't ask and talk to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia's leader here. Guys, make some noise for Rafe. Now, obviously, it didn't go the way that you wanted to go. What was the idea going forward? When you put up Federer first, did you guys think that Chikarin was going to be the person that they threw up first?
Yeah, actually, when we were playing for the matches, we won the 2 matches actually. So the 2 rounds in the selector match. So yeah, then they said Chikarin will be out. So we said mostly. Then yeah, most comfortable will be Chikarin with Federer. So that's why we went like this. And the match were close, but he wasn't lucky though.
صحيح كان السؤال الأول هل كانت التوقع للاختيارات حتى برضو للعيبة عندنا اللاعب تشكرن هل هو كان المتوقع أن اللي راح يلعب في المباراة وفعلا هم اللي اختاروا وهم اللي حددوا برضو المباراة بناء على المباراة الأولى ففعلا مشت بالطريقة اللي كانوا هم اللي يبغونها لكن ما كان خلينا نقول نتيجة المباراة كانت جدا موفقة.
Now, I think it's really cool how you were reassuring the team, how you were like, hey, just calm down. That shows your expertise. That's just something that I wanted to tell you, and it's really cool to see you do that, man. You're a very great player. I got to tell you that. My question after that would be, who were you most worried about on that team? Because that's a team of, like, legends we all know, and you have a lot of XP. But tell me, what was the main target that you guys collectively were like, yo, we need to worry about this one, even though, obviously, all those guys are great?
Actually, the one most I was worried about is Nobi-san. I was worried about because we played in TWT finals. It was final round, and he won. But yeah, so I thought he was preparing for me. I was preparing for him. So he changed a little bit. Like I tried to change a little bit, but maybe he did better than me, eventually.
السؤال كان من أكثر اللاعب كنت قلق شوي في المواجهة صحيح أن المنتخب الياباني جدا قوي لكن من أكثر اللاعب كان خلينا نقول هو الخصم المنافس وكان الكابتن هو الخصم الأكثر منافسة أو خلينا نقول اللاعب الأكثر استعدادا في هذه المباراة ومن جد أدى أداء ممتاز. أعزائي المشاهدين ما قصروا معنا المنتخب السعودي أعطونا أحلى تحية للاعب الرائع.
Now that we've got that interview out of the way, you can go have a seat, man. I appreciate the games. Thank you for the interview. Once again, make some noise for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Great games regardless. Japan did take it. We're going to throw it back to the desk.
أعزائي المشاهدين هذه كانت مباراتنا الأولى لكن الحين خلونا ننتقل إلى الاستوديو التحليلي وبعدين نرجع لكم للمباراة اللي بعدها.
Thank you guys. So Japan takes it over Saudi Arabia in a clean sweep, 4-0 and gets on the board here at Gamers8. We have our post-match analysis now brought to you by STC. MYK Bloodhawk, is this the Japan that you expected to see?
Yeah, absolutely. Nobi's aggressive style kind of worked out for him right straight out of the gate. You know, he kind of does the down twos like a Dragunov player, you know, with the fang. Even though Riyadh was kind of catching on and getting a couple of the low parries, in game number 3, he got a low parry right at the beginning of the match and ended up dropping the combo, trying to do that back forward 2-3, getting the 10-string version with the forward 2-3. And I think from there, things slowly started falling apart.
Yeah, I think historically, when people think about Japanese Tekken, they think about what Nobi does. Hyper-aggressive, full offensive, very fast-paced. I feel like the newer generation Japanese players don't necessarily emulate that style as much as he does, but he is the cornerstone of what I think about when I think of Japanese Tekken. And it showed in this match. Super aggressive against Riyadh. So many different versions of counter hit moves. Back 1, we saw the forward 2-1-2, 1-1, back Kempo 3. So many options that Fang has to just make you hesitate, stop your pressure. He was so good at stopping Riyadh from getting anything going. And to be fair, Riyadh got the low parries. In this second game here, he did a good job with that standing four. He got multiple counter hit standing fours right there. But Nobi just making the small counter adjustments in that third game. That third game was like, for how close the second game was, the third game after this was a beatdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just goes to show that when Nobi prepares for someone, as he said in his interview, that he had to take well to finals, went to final round, but now specifically preparing for Riyadh, making the read that Riyadh was going to most likely be the boss match there, you know, and he said he focused his entire attention on him. I mean, that is a scary Nobi, right? A Nobi that has specifically prepared for you with the way that he analyzes, the way he can break down players. I mean, this is what he does. He coaches people in Japan, right, and try and understand these things.
Yeah, I mean, Nobi as well, too. Like, he was trying a couple things throughout the set. The back Kempos early on, they weren't really working out. He kind of did it empty, waited to confirm the whip before going for the back Kempo 3. And then later on, we saw two very crucial back Kempo 3s that worked out for him as well.
Yeah, just so many different options that, I think round 1 of the very first game, he hit him with the counter hit baby tantrum, and I think that really set the tone for how this match was going to go. Nobi was just going to spend all his time just trying to disrespect and cut Riyadh off from any attempts at getting his pressure going, and it seems like, I don't know if this is a Riyadh issue.
Yeah, they had to give the round up. Right?
I don't think this is a Riyadh issue, but I think similar to when Riyadh played at CEO against Joker, like Fang at low life, is so scary because he has that Rage Drive shoulder on deck, and I think a lot of people just let themselves kind of naturally get bullied.
Yeah,
But
well,
you
our
see right here
MVP, yeah, it's going to be our Gidea MVP, Nobi, leading from the front as the captain, you know, going for that selector match. Not winning that one, but some say maybe he dropped that one on purpose, you know, let the team get a little bit comfortable and then, you know, really showing what he's made of there in that boss battle. That's a 4-0 sweep against the host nation, Saudi Arabia. That's a great way to start, man. They didn't play yesterday, but they're starting off today, the day 2, very, very well. Perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, some would say Tekken is a Japanese game, so great stuff to Lord Nobi there.
Yeah, they definitely needed this win to set the tone for the day. And they have Saudi Arabia as well on deck. I mean, not Saudi, they have Pakistan on deck as well to play later in the day. So they definitely needed this win to sort of get their confidence going, get themselves on the right track.
Yeah, this group is actually like shaping up now to be very interesting, right? We've got Pakistan versus Japan, which is going to be taking place as well. But Saudi Arabia does have a match on the board already, right? Yeah. So it's one of those ones. We actually don't know what will happen here. What do you guys think for this for this group?
I mean, that's the beauty of group stages, right?
Yeah.
It seems like you could tell where everything's going after a couple matches in, couple sets in, but end of the day, it could be like TWT Finals this year. Group A, it looked like Owl was going to make it out, and then Divine Exorcist played the spoiler, ruining the hopes of Owl to make it out of there. And in a pool full of killers, too. Like, so the killers in this pool we're expecting to be Japan and Pakistan, but who knows? Maybe that fourth team on that section might play a spoiler here.
Yes, this, you know, South Africa is last in this pool, but this applies for all of the last place teams. They may not be able to make it out of the bracket, but they still have the power potentially to play Kingmaker. If South Africa somehow is able to beat Japan, that has huge implications for the group.
We still haven't seen a tie-break situation here. There's been clean sweeps instead. Winning the first 2 matches, and then when we haven't seen the boss step up yet to be able to create that tied situation. If that does occur, then this format allows for one player to carry the team in that situation where the first 2 players haven't done their job, right? We haven't seen that yet, but I mean, South Africa, could they do it against Japan? I mean, we've seen crazier stuff happen, man. You mentioned Divine Exorcist from Mexico. You know, he's the one that caused the upset. Al beat Ni and Arslan on day 1, went home really comfortable. And then Divine Exorcist 2-0s him.
I mean, it's definitely not out of the question. It definitely is a possibility here. Nobody can get too comfortable. You got to take every set like it's your last set and just play it out to your fullest.
Yeah, especially with the captains here. Like, all of the captains are TWT finalists. They deserve to be on that stage. You have to take them seriously. They have the potential to swing the match in their favor like that.
Absolutely. Well, that was a great opener for day number 2. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go on a short break. And when we return, we have some more Gamers 8 groups action here for the Tekken 7 Nations Cup. We'll see you in a bit.